Hello, this is Angel Reda, and this is Communications 1, and I'll be presenting my Application 3 speech. My Application 3 speech will be on Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. So let's begin. Martin Luther King was compelled to deliver the I Had a Dream speech in 1963 due to the civil rights movement and the injustices during that time, in which it could be rhetorically analyzed for many processes. The purpose of this speech is to educate the rhetorical processes that MLK used in his speech to convey his message, and why it's a good example to use when studying rhetorical analysis. I'm referring to the speech that Martin Luther King gave. Today I will be talking about MLK's rhetorical process and why his speech, I Have a Dream, should be critically studied for that reason. So let's begin with the first body paragraph. MLK wrote his speech due to centuries of buildup of racism, slavery, and injustices that led to the civil rights movement. The target audience for King's speech was anyone looking to reverse the injustices that people of color face daily. Martin Luther King Jr.'s intended audience was not just the crowd that was there listening to him give the speech, but it was more the whole country. He wanted the whole country to just kind of listen and evaluate what he was saying and, just take it in. And his monumental tone immediately creates a mood that is significant and serious, which causes the audience to feel like they're part of something big. Like just the way he sounds, the tone, and the way he speaks, it just makes it sound like it's something very important, and it just draws the audience towards what he's saying. Dr. King was also a genius with the deliverance of his speech. The I Have a Dream speech right off the bat uses ethos, diction, and powerful metaphors to express the hardships endured by the African American people. The purpose of Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech was to raise awareness about the problems of society regarding civil rights and to point out the reasons why racism and discrimination must be diminished, why they had to be diminished, or why they should be diminished. Dr. King uses pathos appeal when he says, "I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation." King emotionally appeals to the audience by saying the word "I," making it clear to the sender and receiver, him being the sender, the audience, whoever's listening being the receiver, that they're equals. When he's saying "I," he's just making it clear that they're equals and he's not above them. He continues to use pronouns such as I, we, us in his speech to strengthen his pathos claim. MLK's next appeal would be ethos, like I just said. He uses this in his speech when he says, "I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin but by the context of their character." He uses ethos to connect to the audience as a fellow parent, because MLK did have children. He's not lying. And he's just trying to connect better to the audience, saying, look, I am also a father, a parent, and I will fight for your individual rights as well. And I think he did a great job at that, and people really stuck with him. This speech is very important from a historical perspective because the March on Washington and King's speech are widely considered turning points in the civil rights movement, shifting the demand and demonstrations for racial equality. So very, very big, important speech. This speech has to be top 5 speeches of the 20th century. Very, very big speech, very important speech, and it's going to be a speech that people will be talking about for centuries after our time. The way he gave his message, like I said, the ethos, the pathos, he also used a lot more. The whole speech is just beautifully written and delivered perfectly. Just a really good speech, and that's why people just keep talking about it. If it's good, it's gonna last, and I feel like that speech is gonna last. I would say forever. I don't know how long forever is, but I would put my money on that. In conclusion, the speech's purpose was to highlight the rhetorical processes in MLK's I Have a Dream speech, and to show his speech serves a great relevance in today's time and that time. I Have a Dream was the result of hundreds of years of buildup of oppression, racism that the African Americans endured. All in all, this speech is a timestamp in history because of the context behind it and how Dr. King brilliantly delivered his message and how he got his message out there. Thank you for listening.